this is Kiwi Nina Mori and I'm doing another box opening. So I have 2 more heads that have come in, and so this one is from Korea and it's actually by the private artist Rainman. And so I bought one of these heads before and I could not find a body for it, and it really frustrated me because I really want to use a head. So I ended up selling it, and then I ended up buying it again, this time from the company because the other one was used. And so I'm gonna definitely make it work this time because I'm like, I kept thinking about the head and I'm like, I still really like the sculpt even if it's really difficult to do a hybrid with, because the head was sculpted on a elf doll girl body and just a really tiny neck. And it's a slender head, and it was just really difficult to get the proportions right for other bodies. So yeah, alright. I have 2 nicely packaged heads from the company, and this is probably the fastest I have ever gotten heads from a company. I ordered like earlier this month, and it came in like 16 days, which has never happened for me because it usually always takes longer for production. But I guess maybe they had some in stock, or maybe they were already getting ready to cast a few heads so they could go ahead and do mine with the rest. But let's see there. So I ordered the Blina head and the Kira head, both of them open eye. And I just really love these faces. And there's actually so many sculpts I want from this artist, but I kind of missed a pre-order for their latest head, which was the Sue. So I eventually want to jump on that when they have a new one available. Alright, so this is the Kira head. And so all these are kind of based on real models, because Rainman is such a great sculptor. He likes doing like real people as the designs. Besides, just like, I think that's really cool to kind of turn real people into other characters when you're shelling your doll, because it's just like, well, if I were ever gonna get an actor to play my character in a movie, I would know exactly who that person would be, and I would contact them. I mean, well, because they're models, so they're not as much actors, but I could definitely use them as inspiration for that character. This is actually really tight and hard to get off. So I definitely plan to get more from this artist in the future. And I've heard that the other heads are bigger than this one. So these 2 are the oldest sculpts that they've done, and so they're really small and they don't match the body that was designed. Rainman recently came out with a 65cm girl body for the newer sculpts, and I'm like, okay, well now I have to get that when I get a new sculpt eventually. But yeah, so here's the COA. And it has a signature, which is awesome because not too many artists hand sign. I mean, they'll write the information out there, but they won't put like their signature, which I think is really cool. It feels like, oh, this is definitely special. And this head is already really tiny. I didn't have the Kira head before, but I knew it was going to probably be the same size as the Blina head. So I should have prepared for this, but it just feels so tiny when I get it in person, and it's just like, is this an MSD head or a YOSD head? Because in comparison, it really does look that size. And all this is really tightly packaged, so it's hard for me to get into it. So I was thinking of actually making this one a boy, I know I have so many boys in my collection, but I just thought this sculpt was like, would have made a really cute boy. And it's so pink. Okay, so this is the Kira head. And look how slender that is. That's just like, that is practically MSD sized. I think it might actually work with the body I had in mind. I was gonna try the Doll Zone, like a retired one. I got a body from iDolls, and I was thinking of maybe, I have it in white skin because I wasn't sure of how much the resin would match in normal. So I was probably gonna dye it to match. But I feel like I'm way more experimental now since I tried working on Oleander. He was a doll that made me less afraid to try new things when it comes to customizing. So I'm like, okay, now all of my solutions are, I'm just gonna dye the body to match. Which, I mean, it's a cool concept to think that, like, oh, well, no longer do I have to keep getting rid of bodies because they don't match, or like having to pay for face-ups to match the whole thing when I finally learned how to dye a body. Alright, so this is the Blina head. This is the open eye version. And I still kind of want the closed eye version. So I was thinking of getting one, but I want to see how she worked on this, with this open eye head, and what type of bodies to get for her so I don't have too many heads that don't go with any bodies. That's literally my biggest woes in the hobby, is I have too many beautiful heads from private artists and not nearly enough proportional bodies for them. Another COA. I kind of like how it's like reflecting. I feel like every time I get sculpts from the same artist, I want to make them siblings because they're like, they have similar sculpt features, but they are still unique in their own way. And because I have siblings, I kind of just like naturally drawn to having all of my dolls related. Which is cool. At the same time, it's also very difficult because then you're focusing on making sure they stay like they're looking, like they look similar. Like when you get face-ups, you don't want to have something completely drastic. But then again, siblings can be so different in personality, so it might just be okay. Alright, so this one is the Blina head, and so she looks slightly more happy than the Kira head, which is like solemn. But I'm like, yeah, so they're both really tiny heads. They're like about the same size, but like, just look at this unique sculpt work. It's very accurate to the people, and I thought they're just like beautiful, so I'm really looking forward to making hybrids out of them. I'm gonna do a separate video for more experiments with the heads, because I actually have to try several heads out that I've gotten recently on different bodies, so I'm just still trying to find whichever path works best. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.